Hello again, people. Yes, this is part 4, I think. I can't remember. I can't count. Of the 52 game challenge, the recap so far, what I've done, going towards playing 52 games in a year. Well, completing 52 games in a year. So this will be numbers 31 to 40. So yeah, what did I play? What did I complete? This is a very mixed bag, this one. Well, game number 31 was, yeah, I said mixed bag. We've got Alpine the Simulator. Alpine the Simulation game. Yeah, you look after a ski resort and you groom all the slopes, and you do get to do the odd bit of skiing, but the skiing's really janky. It's basically transporting things back and forward around a map, and then grooming the slopes. I don't know. I don't know why I even bought this. I was curious. It's no, you know, when you see one of those PS4 games, you think that looks cheap and nasty. I've got to give that a go. Yeah. So I can't remember even as a platinum. It probably doesn't. But I got all the trophies out of it. Would I recommend it? Not really. We're starting strong, aren't we? Game number 32 is one I don't have a physical of. There's a physical copy of it, but I played it on Game Pass. Big Game Al was always playing his like OG games, outright games. So I thought I'd give one a go. I've played a few in the past, but this one, I knew it was one of the harder ones, going by the ratios of it on true achievements and things. And some of it was a bit glitchy apparently, so I thought I'd give it a go to see if I could do it. It was Ben 10 Power Trip. Strangely, I quite enjoyed it. It was a little open world superhero game, basically. It's nothing special. I wouldn't tell people to go out and buy it, but if you find yourself randomly playing it for like achievements or trophies or something, you probably won't have a horrendous time. There was a lot of grinding towards the end. You need money for something, like buying stuff from shops, I think it was. But I found this little bit where if you stood next to this wood chipper, you could just keep throwing wood into this wood chipper and it would give you like unlimited coins. So yeah, it's not something I'd tell you to rush out and buy, but if you've got some kids or something, you want something to play with them that you might actually get a bit of fun out of, yeah, it's not that bad. Game 33 was one of the best games I played this year. Is Ken or Kina, I think it's pronounced, Bridge of Spirits. It's just a incredibly nice looking just 3D action game. It's got a lot of like collectible kind of elements where you've got to collect these little characters that do things. I put a review up of this on my channel, so I'd recommend watching that if you want to know something a bit more about it. But this was so good that I actually beat it, then played the PS5 upgrade for it and beat that as well. There isn't many games where I can go from playing it once and instantly for another playthrough. It's very heavy on story, this, so if story isn't your thing, might not be for you, but it looks like you're playing a Pixar movie. It's amazing. But don't let its cutesiness fool you. If you're going for all the trophies, you have to beat this on master difficulty. Master difficulty is like Dark Souls level. It's pretty solid. There are some workarounds, but they keep getting patched. So yeah, yeah, everything explodes. Literally everything explodes in master mode. But yeah, recommend it. Don't let not getting a platinum on it put you off, but I did do the platinum twice, so it is possible. So good game, very, very good game. Might be the highest, well, actually it might not be the highest recommendation on here. It might be a joint one, I don't know. This is very good. Game number 34 was a pretty relaxing game. I found it on Game Pass. It was called Toem, Toem. Basically it's a little black and white kind of isometric game where you just wander around taking photos, but when you take photos it goes into first person and you have to do things like find certain things that happen, and kind of imagine it a bit like a a Where's Wally style book, but in 3D, looking for things. It would say like, take a photo of a certain number of birds. Again, this is starting to sound like a Umarangi game, isn't it? It's actually, they're pretty similar, but Toem was a bit more relaxing. It didn't have time limits or anything like Umarangi did. But yeah, I'd recommend it. It's good fun. I think it took me about 5 or 6 hours to complete, but it flew by because I was just relaxed, and I don't know. I like a relaxing game from time to time. That's kind of what I wanted to do with that Alpine game, but that wasn't relaxing. That was just a bit shit. But yeah, recommend Toem. Number 35 is another one I can't show you. There is no physical of it. It's a game, strangely, that was published by EA, and I don't buy or play many EA games, but it was Lost in Random. It's, imagine a world pretty much great, like a Tim Burton movie, but all the combat is, I'm trying to think if it's like an RPG with its turn-based combat. It kind of is, kind of isn't. Every encounter you end up in like a pretty much like an arena fighting against people, but you've got big dice on your back and you have to like shoot weak points with a slingshot on these enemies coming at you to collect like power for this dice. And once the dice has been thrown, like once it's fully charged up, you can throw it, and based on whatever you get, like it'll give you cards which you can then spend points on. It's really bizarre. It's like one of the I don't know, it's one of the most unique battling systems I've ever seen on a game. It was good fun. Some of the battles do drag on a bit. I played it on just the standard difficulty, and they do drag on a bit. I went for a bit of a second playthrough to mop up some achievements. I played it on easy, and it was much quicker. To be honest, it'd probably be a more enjoyable game played on easy. And I don't think there's any achievements which were like difficulty based. But yeah, it's got some pretty dark themes in it. There's a character in it that literally is just a dude in a gimp suit, which is a bit weird. But yeah, I'd really recommend it. It's fantastic, actually. It's not kind of fantastic, but it's really good. I'd recommend it. And it's on, technically not on Game Pass, it's on EA Play, I think, which is part of Game Pass if you've got Ultimate. Other than that, I think it is released on everything else. But as I said, there's no physical of it, I'm pretty sure. So it's a digital only game, which hopefully there'll be one, because I'd love to add it to the collection. I loved it. I played it with the girlfriend, and we just sat there and we did like pretty much full day stints on it. We really loved it. So yeah, recommend Lost in Random. It's different, but in a good way. Number 36, I can show you this one. It was Wonder Boy 3 Monster Lair. Is it Monster's Lair? Monster Lair, not Monster's Lair. It's like a tiny, you get kind of like a tiny bit of a platforming kind of bit, then it turns to like a shooter. Which, to be honest, there was nothing difficult with this. I blitzed through this first time I played it. Had no issues, but I really enjoyed it. It was really colourful. It was that kind of perfect difficulty that it wasn't frustrating, but it was good fun. And you don't get that in that many retro games. I didn't need to sit there and learn anything to beat this. It was just good fun. I'm not the best when it comes to shooters. I can put practice into them until I can beat them. I can't usually pick up something and get through it. But yeah, the little platforming sections on this, probably the weakest part. The shooting bits are the good fun bit, and there's like bosses and things. I'd recommend this. I really enjoyed it. Wasn't very long. I can't remember how long it took. Probably, I think it was just over an hour and a half, something like that, to beat it. Yeah, I just put it on because I was in a Mega Drive mood and hadn't played it, and went from start to finish first time. So yeah, nice. A casual Mega Drive game, I'd class it as. So yeah, good fun. I'd recommend this. Game number 37 is why I kind of hesitated saying I was good at shooters or not. Because this is going to make it look like I am, but I'm not. 37, number 37? Yeah, 37. Was Thunder Force 4. This is a game I've been playing on and off for years, since I picked this up cheap in a charity shop for like £5 or something. Yeah, it's another shooter, but this is insanely difficult. I'd never really got that far through it because it lets you choose your stages at the beginning. So I always thought you just beat them and you're pretty much done. No, after you do those, it goes on for about another 4 stages, I think it was. Maybe 5? I don't know. But I was just, you know, when you just get in the zone at some point, and I made it through. Do I think I could do it again? Probably. But I'm gonna need a lot of Red Bull. Yeah, this is a fantastic shooter though. But yeah, it's gonna kick your ass. It really, really is. Really good music on it as well. I'm trying to think of anything else. See, I struggle to talk about shooters, but it's just you shoot stuff. But yeah, I can't remember what. There's something that was bugging me for ages on this. Every time I put it on, I can't remember what it was. I need to play this again. Yeah, this was solid, but I recommend it. I rage quit it multiple times over all the years I've played it. I can't remember. I think I beat this the same day that I beat Monster Lair. Pretty sure I did. Yeah, I was just in a zone on the Mega Drive games. So yeah, I'd highly recommend it. I think it's a little pricey now, but not unobtainably pricey. So yeah, give it a go. I need to get hold of the third one. Apparently, that's really good as well. But this is actually the only one I've played in the Thunder Force series, so give it a go. Number 38 is a horror game. This shit me up. Madison. Yeah, it's more like a horror walking simulator with puzzles and things. But just the atmosphere and the sound design in this is insane. It freaked me out. You're basically in a house, and there's something in there with you, which jump scares the shit out of you a lot. I don't usually like jump scares, just because I find them cheap. But this did it well. Even though it's set in a house, you do get like transported to other areas. Like there's a church, and there's a I don't know, just weird stuff. Like the first time you know you're gonna get transported to weird bits is when you get down to the basement on it. But this was genuinely fantastic. It's about like a haunted camera, basically. You've been given. I can't remember, it's by a gran or something. But it's, yeah. There's not much I can say without spoiling the story of it. But I would recommend this. And apparently it's on the PS5 as well, but they brought it out for the PS5 like VR 2. I don't think my heart would take doing this in VR. It was that freaky, but very, very good. I don't know. It's not a game where there's a couple of sections in it where you can die. The rest it's just a bit of a creepy atmosphere. But because there are some sections where you can die, it makes it a bit more intense. Like, so you're not like walking around feeling invincible because something will jump out at you. Then it's brown trousers time, isn't it? But yeah, recommend this. It's very cheap as well. So if you want a very good modern horror game, play Madison. Very good. Number 39 was a PS5 game. It was Killer Frequency. Can I call this a horror game? Yeah, it's got a slasher premise to it. Basically, you're a radio DJ, and the police. Something happens with the police. They've got to leave town. So all the calls for the police get routed to your radio station, and basically you listen to what's happening with the killer chasing people down, and you have to basically talk them through how to get out of certain situations. So a lot of it is you listen to it and you have to visualize it in your mind, which way they're going, where they are. So you'll see like you've got like a map. It will say you're here. They could be there. If you tell them to go left or right, you've got to work out in your brain where they were. It's really, really interesting. I've spoke about it before because when I showed it in a pickups video, I spoke about it because I think I'd beat it before I showed it. It's not a very long game. You do also have to continually still run your radio station, so you have to run adverts and you have to change the music and things. And between calls, there's also bits which go on in the station itself. So like you'll go down into the records room to find stuff and find things out about basically who the killer could be. Yeah, imagine it's like a visual novel but with sections where you walk around pretty much, but it's actually really good. I enjoyed this. It's not creepy, it's more kind of campy slasher kind of game, but very different. I haven't played anything like this before. Really enjoyed it. I need to go back and get the platinum on it. As one, I don't know if it does. I haven't got the trophies on it. I just beat the story on this. Same with Madison. I haven't got all the trophies on Madison. I didn't want to go back in for a second one that soon. But yeah, I did beat the main story of it. But good game. Recommend it. And game number 40 is a game that was picked for the Club 52 like game club thing where we spin a wheel every month and we get a game pop up. This was game number 1, which was Fire Shark on the Mega Drive. So yeah, again, it's another shooter. Here I go trying to talk about a shooter. It's not too difficult of a shooter actually. Some of it's a bit frustrating, but if you keep your weapons fully leveled, you shouldn't have much difficulty beating this on easy. Yeah, it's like a kind of old school plane kind of shooter. Well, we spoke about this in depth on the 52 game thing, so I'd recommend it though. It's good fun. It's definitely like a gateway shooter. I would have thought, like, if you want to start getting good at them, this would be a good place to start. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. It did take me a few nights to actually beat it though, because I kept losing all my power-ups on this. I think it was stage 8. There's only like 9 stages, I think, 9 or 10. But as soon as you've done that, it's hard to build them back up. But I did an entire playthrough of this on my channel actually, only because I was doing a little video to, I don't know, I just recorded my playthrough. People were recording their playthroughs, and I got a little angry at it, but it's because I wasn't ever intending on putting that video out, but still did. I don't know. Play Fire Shark. It's good fun. It's not too expensive a game actually. It's about £40 to get a boxed copy of it. Not this one. This is from a collection thing. But yeah, the standard version of it, 40 quid. It's worth it. Definitely worth it. So that's it. Sorry about the jump cut. Had a bit of a coughing fit then. So that's it. Yeah, the next 10 games done. So we're up to 40 now out of 52. So the next video should see the end of the challenge, which I still haven't actually finished. I think I'm 4 games away from the end, and I've started playing long games because that's what I just do when I'm close to finishing something. I sabotage myself. It's all good. It'll be done. I'll beat it, I hope. So yeah, anyway, let me know any games there that you've played, that you'd want to play, all that kind of jazz. Just let me know in the comments. I like reading comments to see what people think of this stuff. And yeah, that's just it. I'm going to bugger off now. Have fun, people.